Donald Trump this morning said he would build what he called a deportation force to remove illegal immigrants from the United States, all 11 million or so, before some of them would be allowed to come back to the United States. How would that deportation force work?
Well, I think first and foremost, you have to remember, we have to have borders if we're going to be a country. And first, what we're going to do is we're going to build a wall. And Mr. Trump has been the only candidate to come out and talk about this. All of a sudden, Hillary Clinton yesterday is saying that she wants to build a fence on the southern border to finally understand how much of a problem illegal immigration is. But let's just remember, when our veterans came back from World War II and there weren't many jobs, what did Dwight David Eisenhower do as the president? He rounded up illegal immigrants and he moved them out of the country so that our veterans and the people who fought for our country have the ability to have those jobs. It's time to put America first, and as Mr. Trump's administration has said, we will build a wall. There will be a path for legal immigration, but there will be no tolerance for illegal immigration any longer.
You heard John Kasich and Jeb Bush say that it's really not possible to deport 11 million people. That's not happening, to which you say...
Here's what I say. I say, you know, if that were the case, then Dwight Eisenhower wouldn't have done it in the past. And the bottom line is, it is possible. We have unbelievable resources. There is nothing more important to our country than the sovereignty that we have. By allowing individuals to come into our country illegally, we're doing a disservice to our own residents. And one of the primary functions of our government is to keep our country safe. By allowing illegals to come in and cause harm and, in many cases, death to our residents, we need to do something about that. We need to take the people out who are committed felons. We need to move everybody out who's been here illegally and give them an opportunity, if they're legal, to come back into the country.
So you're going to remove the 11 million, let's say. But what about the children? There are children who were born here in the United States. What happens to them?
Look, I think the scholars on this have been very clear. The 16th Amendment is very clear. We don't need to change the Constitution. These anchor babies, as they're so-called, are happening every day. We see it not just from Mexico, but from around the world. Particularly now we see this as a huge influx from Asia, where women are coming over here in their third trimester. They're giving birth to U.S. citizens, or what they think are U.S. citizens, by having their children here in the U.S. and then going back to their countries. This is a major problem that we need to stop, and it will only be done with the Trump administration.
I think you referred to the 14th Amendment, right?
Excuse me, the 14th Amendment. I'm sorry, my fault. Thank you.
The 14th Amendment. But so far, the courts have said if the children are born in the United States, they're U.S. citizens, at least so far, unless there's a change, a constitutional amendment.
Well, and that hasn't been tested in a long time, and I think there are a number of scholars have said that the 14th Amendment doesn't need to be changed. This can be done through an act of Congress, and I think that's the path that we would pursue under the Trump administration.